Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina may yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, all work is hard. To do work is to put yourself on hardship. For example, you want to make a garden or plantations of durian. You have to embark on work which require you to clear the jungle. You have to cut the trees. Then you have to spend time in the middle of the jungle sowing durian seeds. Then finally when it grows up, then the police come. Find out that it's grown without license. Then they pull you, they cut the durian. Then your heart shed to tears. That's what happened now in Raub, Large hectares of land grown with durian. All the trees are cut. Just because he has no license. It really gives sorrow to those who own that gardens of durians. They're thinking that they will be able to pluck the fruits and things. All their wishes, dreams, fall to pieces. So this is hard work. Hard work which end up have no fruits. But in order to have something, you have to work. But your work, either it is bearing fruits or not, is all up to the Almighty Allah. But it is a rule. Whenever you want to earn anything or to be able to obtain anything, you need to work, to embark in some sort of work. Work means exercising your physical strength, money, wealth on the work, and that is hard. So to have these worldly things is you have to embark on works which are hard and sometimes fruitless and giving you sorrow and sadness. So similarly also, if you want to have deen or religion, you have to embark on a work. You have to do works, but not necessarily they will give fruits or results. It may end up futile or giving you no results. You end up become only outwardly looking religious, but internally you are a rotten person. If the work that you do is wrong, like the one who opened the jungles to grow durian without having license, the work is wrong. You have no license. It end up fruitless, giving you no outcome, good outcome. But sorrow outcome, sad outcome. So similarly, doing the work of is religion. Doing the work so that you will be able to have religion. And why you need to have religion? Because you know you will have to live in this world as well as in the hereafter. If you don't have a religion, then you will end up in sorrow, in hellfire. And in this world also, if you don't have religion, you only pretend yourself to be religious, you will also have sorrow and unhappiness. Nobody knows, but you know. Even though people call you Maulana with some good names, but you know yourself, inside you there is sorrow and unhappiness as a result of no religions, no true religion, as a result of not doing the correct work. So many religious works are going on in this world. Many. Some people embark on making zikr. There's so many groups of tariqat, so many Islamic movements like Jamatul Islami, Jawrul Arkam, Ibn Tahril, all sorts. PAS, name a few only, Ikhwan Muslimin, all these are religious work. So the intention of doing that religious work is to obtain something. Something that we do this work so that we will promote Islam, will establish Islam in this world. Like Ibn Tahril, the movement is aiming at establishing Khalifat. Ikhwan Muslimin, aiming at establishing Islamic rules. In Malaysia we have ABIM, Youth Islamic Movement, used to be led by Anwar Ibrahim. When he joined UMNO, become minister, he gave away that movement to his predecessor, his followers, and now it is still ABIM is still on, but not as during his time. He was using ABIM to protest against the government. He make relay demonstration. He make the youth to follow him, and he shouts and make demonstration. So the government knows it's a threat, or it can be made as a means to help the country to grow. So during the time of Mahathir, he saw Anwar, if you don't take care of this guy, he'll become a threat. So in order to take care of this guy, give him worldly things. Tell him, if you remain outside UMNO, you become just a person who scream and shout here and there. But if you join me, I will give you, you'll be able to help effectively. So somehow or other, that convince him to join UMNO. He used to say UMNO is not Islam. We support PAS. PAS is, the constitution is written to follow the Quran. So we should not follow UMNO. But soon after I heard he's telling that to us, he joined UMNO. So I said, this guy is really crazy. He's not to be trusted. I don't believe him since then, till today. I'm telling you all, I don't believe him. Because he say one thing, do another thing. Anyway, he become minister, then he become deputy prime minister, just very close to become prime minister. Then something happened. His pathway to follow, his pathway to lead him to become prime minister, all of a sudden come to a stop. when he was meant to go to the jail for about 6 years. That's ruined his ambition to become prime. Then after coming out from the prison, he start. I mean, before he start the party, another party, PKR, which is PKR is what? Malaysian Justice Party. Then he go to jail, the party led by his wife, then come out, then again go into jail for another 5 years. Now he joined with Mahathir to topple Najib under the party of Pakatan Harapan, and they win. Then Anwar is in the government. He said from the prison to the palace. He was trying to tell that he's the same as Prophet Daud, Prophet Yusuf. What a nonsense. And now, just about Mahathir was saying, I become PM only for about 2 years, then after that I will give it to Anwar. He's waiting for that day. But all of a sudden his mission and his path towards that goal crashes to pieces. He makes so much effort, so much. You can't measure the sacrifice, the hardship which he has to undertake in order to reach to his goal to become the Prime Minister of Malaysia, and yet until today is unable to achieve his aim. So how he embarked on the works? Certainly that is a work. Leading a party, being with UMNO, then leading PKR, then now Harapan, then a lot of work. The end result is, until today, I'm saying, I don't know after this, is a failure. It doesn't give results. But in order to obtain anything, as I told you, you have to embark on the work. If the work is correct in the eyes of Allah, then it will give results, good results. But if the work is wrong, then it will not give results. Anwar entered politics with the intention to become Prime Minister, not to please Allah, I'm sure. You can ask him. And he make efforts to become Prime Minister, by cheating here, cheating there, telling lies. So he can never, as ex-minister of Malacca, Chief Minister of Malacca, what his name is also Indian. No, he has been accused of having sex with a young baby, young Rahim Tambici. He told that I was deceived by Anwar. I used to work with him in Angkatan apa tahu, with Najib, with Muhyiddin. Then I support him. Wawasan? Team Wawasan. But end up, he, during the election to become youth leader, I win the vote. But he was the Deputy Prime Minister. He cheat and make Zaid Hamidi. Not me. I said, okay, I don't want to fight. I leave politics and go into business. So he do things which he do things in deceitful manner. It's not true. So when you don't do things properly, you tell Ghaffar Babu, I'm not competing you to become Deputy Prime Minister or or not president or deputy president no, I'm not. But and then he said, at the end, I'm competing. Ghaffar is unprepared. He's done underwater currents, so he win. But what is the results of doing things incorrectly, deceiving people? You will not end up a success. You will have failure. Until today, he hasn't achieved his goal to become prime minister. There's so many words and news going on and saying, Anwar is only a prime minister to be for all the time. That means prime minister to be, not a prime minister. Always being said to become a prime minister. Until now, people is thinking the next prime minister of Malaysia is Anwar. But he remains a prime minister to be, not a prime minister. You wait and see the truth of my words. So he should stop doing incorrect work. Incorrect work will give incorrect results. So what is the correct work? That we all have to search for. Is the work to earn, to become prime minister, to become a leader, to have wealth, is a correct work or what? Is that the work which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to do? To amass wealth, become rich like Pharaoh and Karun? No. It's not that work. The work which Allah have ordered us to do is the work that will lead us to achieve our goal and our purpose of life, which is to become the lover of Allah. We don't even know our purpose of life. I'm sure billions of men who live in this world, 8 billion, I think hardly anyone, hardly anyone understand and believe that his purpose of life is to become the lover of Allah. I'm telling you the truth. This is the purpose. Only if we know this is the purpose, then we get the correct work. If your purpose is to become rich or become prime minister like Anwar Ibrahim, you will not be doing a good, correct work. Because your goal is wrong. Your goal is wrong. You want to become rich, so your goal is wrong, your work is wrong. We should never make our goal of life to become rich and powerful. Allah have never told us to make that as a purpose of our life. The purpose of our life is the purpose as to why we are created. We shouldn't understand that the purpose of our life is my own purpose as I understand it. No. The purpose of our life is the purpose as to why we are created. Who created us? You ask that question. First of all, you ask that question. Who has created you? Your mother? No. Your father? No. You yourself understand that. If your father and your father are not the creator, it's not your creator, then who is your creator? Oh, I come all of a sudden. I mean, without anything, I come out. No, it's not true. 9 months and 10 days, basically, you are in the womb of the mother. Who has made your eyes, your nose, everything, organ? You were nothing. You were a flesh. Before that, you only a fluid. Then a clot of blood. Then a flesh. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us inside the womb of our mother. Then we come out as a human being with leg, with feet. Very beautiful baby. You just imagine from a clot of blood. Allah says Iqra bismi rabbikal ladzi khalaq. Khalaqal insana min 'alaq. You see? In this ayat. Read in the name of your Lord who have created you from a clot of blood. It's not Nabi who said this. He's only receiving the revelation. He doesn't write Quran. These are words of our Creator, the one who created us. He created us from a clot of blood, and that being who created us is known as our God. There is no God except Him, that is Allah. So why He has created us? I have not created jinn and man except to worship me. Of course we will worship Him when we want Him to love us, and that is the reason as to why He wants us to worship Him, not to enter paradise. If I say I'm worshipping Allah so that I will enter paradise, so my purpose of life, my purpose is to enter paradise. It's wrong. My purpose is to make Him to become pleased. My purpose is to attain His pleasure, or my purpose is to become His lover. So He said, I'm not created jinn and man except to worship me, to worship Him with love, not with the intention to go to paradise, as many people are thinking. I'm worshipping Allah so that I will enter paradise. That should not be our intention of worshipping Allah. We worship Allah to please Him, or we pray so that He's pleased. We do the work of propagating Islam so that He is pleased. The worship here is to obey His orders with intention to become His lover. And He said in Hadith Qudsi, make me as your purpose of life, make me as the aim of your life, and make me as your lover. This is the purpose as to why He has created us. But we did not know this, neither we want to propagate this. We do not tell other people, don't make dunya as a purpose of your life, like Saman. Never. He never told his friends. He just keep to himself. After hearing from me, he keep quiet. I will not dare to tell people my purpose of life is to become the lover of Allah. I'm keeping quiet. I do not want anybody else to follow the truth, because I myself have not decided. I myself have not decided to become the lover of Allah. So I keep quiet. I know Professor Nasoha is telling our purpose of life is to become the lover of Allah, but I'm not sure as to whether it's true or not. To me, my purpose of life is to become rich. So all of you keep on, even though I've been telling, 1,000 times, 100 times, that the purpose of our life is to become the lover of Allah, and yet you are not convinced. Because you think your purpose of life is the same as others. I didn't see anyone having the purpose of his life or her life to become the lover of Allah. Why should I? My purpose of life is to become rich and successful. These are fools. These are false. These are nonsense. The dunya has not created us. He doesn't tell us, I'm creating you so that you become rich. You engulf me. The one who created this is Allah. And we have, in order to know what is the purpose of our life, we have to know what He asks us, what He has ordered us, what He has told us to be our purpose. So Allah, who has created us, has told us that our purpose of our life is to become His lover, or to worship Him with love. If you worship Him to earn paradise, then it's wrong. Allah do not created man and jinn except to worship Him with love. It means to worship Him with the intention to please Him. That should be. If you worship not with the intention to please Allah, then your worship will not be accepted. For example, you worship so that so that you will enter paradise. Allah is not pleased. So Allah wants us to worship to please Him, to earn His pleasure. That's why it can, even though He says, I do not create jinn and man except to worship me, you must understand, to worship me with the intention to attain His pleasure. Then the aim of our life is to become the lover of Allah. We must worship Allah with the intention to please Allah until Allah is pleased. When Allah is pleased, then Allah has regarded us as His lover, and we love Allah and Allah loves us. So we are not worshipping, obeying Allah because we want to please ourselves, which is to enter paradise. To enter paradise means to please us. We like paradise. We like the thing which Allah has prepared in paradise. Women, fruits, good lifestyle. We know. But so we say, oh, I'm praying, Allah will give me paradise. Not to please Him, but to get whatever He has promised us to obtain. Which is paradise. So Allah has promised us paradise, but we should not pray for paradise. We should not pray for the promise, for the thing which He has promised. We have to pray to please Him, and that is called sincerity. So Allah do not accept a worship which is not sincere. Giving charity so that we go to paradise. We sacrifice during this Hajj in order to go to paradise. We give food to people so that we can go to paradise. No. All of this worship, form of worship, is done to please Him, to attain His pleasure. And these are the worship which are accepted. And for this worship we have been made. We have been made to perform the worship with the intention to please Allah. And for that, we have to have iman and faith towards Him to the level which He likes. That will enable us to worship Allah with sincerity. And only the worship which are done with sincerity are accepted by Him. So it's not only worshipping, as many people think, not to regard, not to take care of the intention, worshipping only, praying only, but with the intention to be given paradise and saved from hellfire. No, paradise and hellfire is all the promise of Allah, the rewards which Allah has promised to those who obey Him, and hellfire is the promise which He has given to those who will disobey Him. We shouldn't worship for the promise. We worship to please Allah. This is sincerity. Okay? So when we are sincere, then our worship is accepted. So we have been created for that worship. In order to be sincere, so we must attain a level of iman and faith, which is to the level which He likes or He loves. In order to attain that level of faith and iman, we have to do the work. We can't, like anything else, as I told, Anwar Ibrahim have done tremendous work to become Prime Minister. Until today, is a failure. Until today, I'm not saying afterward. Until now, the one who opened the farm, durian farm in the middle of the jungle in Pahang, end up failure. They've done tremendous work, tremendous effort. Those in Ikhwan Muslimin, they after Arab Spring, then they start an election. Then one of their people become president of Masir, Nursi. What is his name? Said Nursi. Said Mursi. No, Mursi become president just for a short while. Then being thrown into jail, died in jail, and now back Masir to their old time, controlled by a dictator from the army. The same thing all the president of Masir used to be, all from the army, from the king to the army, until Mursi. Then only for a short while back to army. So what's the results of the work of Ikhwan Muslimin? Met with failure. Same as Jamaat Tabligh. Jamaat Tabligh, so many people followed them. They think that is a truth, a true work. Oh, we have 126 countries where these works flourish. If we do the work that you are doing, Dr. Nasoha, he was saying to the person who have followed me, that I sent them to Pakistan for 4 months. The elders there and the respondents say, if we leave this work of Tabligh and go and do your work, we will lose that 126 countries. So don't do this work. He said, keep on persuading them not to do gush every day, not to call people to Allah. Do like what our elders are telling. This is a good work, this is the true work. Keep on persuading them until they fail to persuade them. They were not very happy with the Jamaat. Keep on, telling them this is not tertib, this is not tertib. The tertib is this is correct. They don't follow Quran, they just say tertib. But we are following Quran. So, what happened? You ask any of the Tabligh people, if you ever believe that Tabligh come to this level now, disaster and completely become dormant. Your markas in Nizamuddin is closed, only open for prayer. At the time of prayer, one person come to Nizamuddin, close. It's open only in time of Salat. Close. What it means? It means the work of Tabligh flourish amid with failure. The leader is run away, unknown places. How could be a true work? Nobody believed me when I said it's not true. Nobody. I'm telling you, not one person. But I'm telling with firmness. I said Maulana Saad is a politician. The work which he is trying to bring is not the true work of Nabi. The Tabligh Jamaat is not the work of Nabi. Nobody believed me. Nobody. I was telling you 5, 6, 7 years ago. Now you see what happened. Tabligh breaks into pieces, collapse, power struggle, end up destroyed by COVID. Allah used the means to destroy Tabligh. COVID-19 only, small virus. Allah doesn't send army and people to take Maulana Saad. Nothing, only virus. No congregation now of Tabligh is allowed. They still want to do, then Allah will make the COVID-19 to grow up. Then they will know why they should not make crowds. People ignore this procedure that you shouldn't make gathering, but they continue trying to do. It will be a means of spreading this virus. Allah has made that you should not make a gathering of large amount of people. If you dare to do it, then you dare to receive the consequences of it. The increased numbers of COVID-19 and the strain even more infectious and more strong that even any of your vaccine which you have made can never counter that attacks. So this has been seen, many people in America ignoring this. They keep on, making election, they make this and that. Where is the number doesn't decrease. Allah wants you to stop gathering, particularly Tabligh Jamaat. So Allah is using this virus as a means to prevent people from gathering. The work of Islam, the work of Nabi Sallam is not istima. Nabi Sallam did not make istima, not a single one. He made a gathering at Hajj. That is not istima. Hajj, of course. Istima is simply making bayan, like tabligh. Never. But now Allah says, stop this. The work of Nabi is gash, jawla, one by one, 2 to 3 people go from house to house. That is the essential work of all Nabi. The simple actions of gash. Every day, I've been telling this, every day you should do this work without missing even a day until the time when you die. I was telling this 30 years ago. You should not stop this work. This is the germs, the jewels of the first century, as Maulana Ilyas was saying. And I'm just taking that even more stronger to tell you should not take any leave or holiday from this work. You must do it daily without miss, even a day, until the time of your die. How much time I told you? At least 45 minutes to 1.5 hours. This is so simple and easy, and yet you do not want to listen to me. What happened to Tabligh when they don't want to listen to me? They collapse. Because the work is not true. The work is not true, it doesn't give good results. Now, if my work is not true, it also doesn't give results. It has to give good result. If it is a good work, it's a true work. At the time of COVID now, nobody make bayan, I'm making bayan. Nobody making gash. I'm making gash. Continually making gash by dua. So this is a proof that even in time of adversity and calamities, and a time of where Allah sends azab or punishment, we still can proceed with the work of Nabi. The work of making jawla and gash every day. That is the evidence to show this work is a true work, will stand the test of time. Can be done at any time, and that is a sunnah. This is a true sunnah. The gathering, the bayan, it's not sunnah. That's why it can be made to be destroyed in time of adversities. You cannot do it. But you can do gash even at time of adversity. That shows gash is the essence of sunnah, of the work of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You must do gash. If you don't, you will never be able to get the outcome which is correct in this world and the hereafter.